happen on this fine evening. I've got my dear friend Frenchie right over here with a blank canvas, but by the end of the night, it's going to be filled with color, and we'll have another one-of-a-kind original that can be yours. It's such an honor to be here. I got to give a big shout-out to our good friend Leslie Cooper, who's just locked down, and, she's doing okay, but she wants to make sure, she's negative and all that for a couple days before she comes back. So sending our love to Leslie. Everyone else, though, is feeling good and healthy, and we hope you are, too. We've got a great show this evening with none other than Sunpie and the Louisiana Sunspots. Can't wait to hear what they have in store for us. So, hey, it's not too early, not too late. It's still early. Come on down. Get you a ticket. Come in here. Cut a rug. Have a drink with us. Join the party. And in the meantime, don't forget to wash your hands and stomp your feet. Take it.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. How you doing, New Orleans? How you doing, big wide world? Hope you're feeling good, y'all. Sunpie in the Louisiana Sunspots. We're so happy to be here, the Funky Uncle, right here at the Highland Wolf. Yeah, we're gonna do something for you right now called the Tomato Song. One of them good ones out of the songbook from many years ago. And you know what? In New Orleans, normally we have the cool front, but it is hot enough to grow tomatoes right now, tonight.
Touch me, I'm a pumpkin potato. Touch me, I'm a pumpkin potato. Ain't you tired of you feeling up and I know you're tired of the squeeze up on my right tomato. You can have my tomato. You can have my tomato. If you have the right size. Touch me, I'm a pumpkin potato. Touch me, I'm a pumpkin potato. Now ain't you tired of you feeling up and I know you're tired of the squeeze up on my right tomato. Oh, you can have my tomato. You can have my tomato. If you have the right size to allons danser, nana, allons danser, bouger, 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 catin, bouger, bouger, amambaye, 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 amambaye. Baby, I got some mighty fine tomatoes.
some for a nickel, baby. I got some for a dime. Come here, pretty girl. Ain't nothing sweeter than mine. Don't you want my tomatoes? Don't you want Sunpie's Creole tomatoes? Ooh, tomato. You can have my tomato. 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 Oh yeah, baby, the tomato sauce. Yeah, you're right. We're doing it for love this time, Frenchie. Watch this. Mo gagne l'amour pour toi, cher. Mo gagne l'amour pour toi. I got love for you, baby. Mo gagne l'amour pour toi. Mo gagne l'amour pour toi. Mon gagne l'amour pour toi. Mon gagne l'amour pour toi. Lis-tu magnifique? Tu sais joli. Lis-tu magnifique? Tu sais joli. Dans mon ta main, on va faire toi comprendre. On va dire qu'il y a chose dans tes oreilles. Mon gagne l'amour pour toi. Mon gagne l'amour pour toi. Oh, t'es tarot, mon petit viens ici. Oh, t'es tarot, mon petit viens ici. Oh, t'es tarot, mon petit viens ici. Oh, t'es tarot, tombé dans mon lit. Mon gagne l'amour pour toi. Mon gagne l'amour pour toi. Mon gagne l'amour pour toi. Mon gagne l'amour pour toi.
Mon gain l'amour pour toi. Mon gain l'amour pour toi, tu pires. Mon gain l'amour pour toi. Mon gain l'amour pour toi. Viens ici, tu vis. Si toi c'est mes genoux. Moi va prendre ta main pour faire toi comprendre. Mon aime pour dire quelque chose dans tes oreilles. Mon gain pour dire j'aime. Mon gain l'amour. Mon gain l'amour pour toi. 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 Oh yeah, baby. Mon gain l'amour pour toi. I got love for you, darling. Yeah, yeah, baby. Oh, we having fun. I know Unc getting funky tonight, boy. We're gonna make him a little more funky right now. There's something called We Ain't Never Going Home. As soon as I move this out of my way. Here we go, y'all. Look at the New Orleans. Yeah, you're right, We in the 504, we done the Zydeco. We ain't never going home. The 504, they done the Zydeco. We ain't never
Something funky, huh? What's up, huh?
You got some things that are went out. No microphone.
We're gonna do it a little funky in another way. A little bit of that blues, y'all. A little something called Down in the Bottoms. Way down yonder, behind the rising sun. Way down there.
Oh, Lordy, Lord.
My back is aching.
All right, folks.
Oh, yeah. I feel better now.
That's right. Sounding great. Give it up for Bruce Sunpie Barnes and the Louisiana Sunspots. Getting the whole floor shaking here at the Howlin' Wolf with all of us here at the Funky Uncle. So great to have them here. And as y'all know, we've been doing this for well over a year now. It's I believe it's 92 weeks. That's right. We've helped over 740 local musicians and gig workers. We've raised over $600,000, all of which has been put back into our local community, and that's something that we're very proud of, and we couldn't have done that without you, our viewers, our supporters, everyone who's been on this ride with us. And we've still got a ways to go, and there's still plenty of people to help, so we're going to keep on doing that. And I got to tell you, it's one of the great joys of doing this when I get to call up a musician that I love dearly who's been affected by what we've all been going through, and they think I'm just calling to chat, and they're all friendly and everything. I said, well, yeah, it's great to hear your voice, but by the way, we've got a check for you to help out with these tough times. And I mean, it's a very moving, and the response we've gotten from all of our local musicians and gig workers has been so positive. So that's why we're going to continue to do this, keep on helping out our local musicians and gig workers, and keep the music coming to you wherever you are, because that's what we do here. Of course, my man Frenchie is right over here too. He's working on a painting. We've got our amazing audio visual crew been working hard all day to make this look and sound so good for you. So we hope you're enjoying it wherever you may be. We're having a great time. We hope you are too. And hey, you can always come on down to the Howlin' Wolf and join us. We'd love to have you. Love to see you. Come on, dance with us and join the party. So in the meantime, we're going to let these fantastic musicians get back to what they do so well. But I want to remind you, please follow us on Instagram, like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, go on our website, FunkyUncle.Live, the FunkyUncle.Live, and we've got so many great stuff up there. All types of old performance footage and shirts and t-shirts and all that good stuff that can be yours. So anyways, check that out. In the meantime, we're going to let the band get back to it, and y'all know what to do out there. Don't forget to wash your hands and stomp your feet.
We'll give you a little some of that wash your hands and stomp your feet music right now. A little something here called, I wrote this sitting in the backyard, y'all. Out in southwest Louisiana and around, people go out every weekend to the trail ride. They love to go to Zydeco. They put on their big hats and their boots, and they go out there and they make that gumbo, that tasso, all of that good stuff, and they play that good Creole Zydeco music. So this is the trail ride, y'all. Sunpie, Louisiana Sunspots, we thank you so much for being with us, and thank you for the Funky Uncle and for the Howlin' Wolf for having us here. It is a worthy cause, y'all. We're going to keep on pushing and pulling as long as we can do it. As long as y'all listening, we own it. Trail ride. Do hot food there and the tassel too. I say, take me to the trail ride. Take me to the trail ride.
for you. Appaloosa Prancer know what to do. Oh, 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 oh. Take me to the trail ride. Oh, 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 oh. Take me to the trail ride. Woo! Uh-huh. Yeah, you're right. Shoot it. Yeah, you're right. Trail ride, y'all.
All right.
You know what? Tu viens dans mes bras pour parler quelque chose dans tes oreilles. Oh, il y a quand elles m'ont tombé là. Tu l'ennuies, nous danser Zadika. Tu l'ennuies, oui, nous fait l'amour. Prends mon bras dans tes yeux. Oh, il y a quand elles m'ont tombé là. Pour parler quelque chose dans tes oreilles. Oh yeah, quand elles m'ont tombé là. Tu l'ennuies, nous dansons à l'école. Tu l'ennuies, j'ai nous fait l'amour. Comme on voit dans tes yeux. Oh yeah, quand elles m'ont tombé là. Baby, all night long, till I'm weak. Yeah, you're right. Irene, baby, in the middle of my ears. You got that? What's that for? Irene. In the middle of a dream, I heard somebody call my name. I was afraid I might wake and find I'd be alone with a worried mind. But when I opened up my eyes, I saw there, to my surprise, oh, the sweetest girl I'd ever seen was a little girl that they called Irene. Irene, oh Irene. Yeah, baby, you're the girl of my dreams. Irene, oh Irene. In the middle of a dream, I heard somebody call my name. Now who is that? I was afraid I might wake and find I'd be alone with the worried mind. But when I opened up my eyes, I saw there to my surprise the sweetest girl I'd ever seen was a little girl that they called Irene. And I screamed out, Irene, oh Irene. Yeah, baby, you're the girl of my dreams. Irene, oh Irene. Darling, please come back to me. Yeah, Irene in my dreams, baby. Yeah, we're having fun right here in Hollywood. The Funky Uncle is on tonight, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. Ain't it good to be alive, y'all? All you people out there, raise your hand up in the air if you're glad to be alive another day. Yes, indeed. I'm talking about y'all at home in your pajamas and got on your little, got on your little ruffled, laced socks. Yeah, you're right. All that, it's all good. Y'all get up and jump around. We're about to do this New Orleans special right here. A little something I wrote a long time ago called Bunny Bread, y'all. Bunny Bread gonna save the world one day. I am a firm believer in bunny bread. Yeah, you're right. Well, now it's early in the morning and I don't know what to
on my clothes and a kiss on my shoes. Walk to Winn-Dixie's, I open up the door. Now what you gonna give me for a 344? Bunny bread. Bunny bread.
Whoa.
Well, two little children on the line in the bed. One half sick and the other half dead.
I need some food.
Took them to the doctor and this is what she said. You better feed them children, give me that bunny bread. Bunny bread.
Whoa.
They don't want collards and they don't want cornbread. Mama's little children love the bunny bread. Feed them children, feed them babies, feed them children, give me that bunny bread. Bunny bread. Get that bunny bread. Sick with the flu.
I need food.
What in the world is your mama gonna do?
I need some food.
Some chicken soup, and bunny bread.
I need
and
food.
mama put her babies right straight in the bed.
Bunny
bread. Bunny bread. Yeah, you're right. And I don't know what to do. Put on my clothes and I get on my shoes. Walk to Winn-Dixie's, open up the door. Now what you gonna give me for 344? Bunny bread. Bunny bread.
Whoa.
Now all I want for Christmas is that. All I want for Christmas is some. All I want for Christmas is your. All I want for Christmas is that. Bunny bread. Bunny bread.
Oh, sure.
Whoa. Oh yeah, bunny bread, baby. All right. Un petit peu doucement ici. Maudito promise l'amour. L'amour va jamais mourir. Te promise l'amour. mes chers te promis l'amour. L'amour va jamais mourir. Mais tu m'as quitté avec une idée de tracasser. L'amour, l'amour, l'amour va jamais mourir. L'amour, l'amour, l'amour va jamais mourir. Mes chers te promis l'amour. L'amour va jamais mourir. Mais tu m'as quitté avec une idée de tracasser. Te promis l'amour. L'amour va jamais mourir. Mais promis l'amour. Toujours va être de mon côté. Mes chers te promis l'amour. L'amour va jamais mourir. Mais tu m'as quitté avec une idée de tracasser. Yeah, l'amour, cher. All the mysteries of love.
Yeah.
Mo pa connaît, mo pa connaît.
All right, y'all. Give it up for
Thank you,
Bruce,
baby.
Sunpie Barnes, and the Louisiana Sunspots over here at the Funky Uncle / the Howlin' Wolf. We're so glad to be here and happy the folks we got here dancing with us and everyone who's tuning in wherever you are. Hope you're having as much fun as we are with this great band. And I've got a good friend standing right next to me who you all know and love, my man Frenchie.
Yeah, you right.
Well, yeah, brother.
Give it up for Sunpie.
Yeah, for sure. Somebody's killing
Sunspots.
it.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Frenchie. Yeah, so Frenchie, I love this this painting you've been working on all night, man.
Thank you,
it's
brother.
Really coming together, man. It's beautiful.
I'm surprised that I've just been jamming out. You know, it's hard. Surprised it looks like anything except a bunch of love. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Sunpie brings the love. This band's awesome, and I've been wanting to paint y'all for so long, and I'm just jazzed right now to be doing this, y'all. Yeah, you're right.
Absolutely. And those of you watching out there in the digital world, this can be yours this evening. And we not only do we have this Frenchie original, we've got a couple more. We've got the Mike Duson Frenchie original over there, and we've also got Freddie Blue in the Friendship Circle. So, you know, we got a couple options. You can also go on FunkyUncle.Live, and you can get prints of some of your, you know, some of the shows that you might have seen that Frenchie painted, and which the paintings, they go quick, but you can still get your canvas of it. So, you know, keep that in mind, and this one can be yours as well. And Frenchie, what I love, man, I look over and I just see you with your brushes basically just rocking out and dancing, and then I look over and you've got this whole original painting.
Yeah, it's all kind of a blur, you know. It's it's kind of like, you know, Walter Wolfman said, you know, when you're in the pocket, you just stay in the pocket, baby. Stay in the pocket.
Stay in the pocket, absolutely. Seems like the spirit takes over you when you pick up the easel, when you've got that music with you. You pick up those brushes.
And a night like tonight, it's man, it's just an honor to sit here and paint this awesome arrangement of musicians. Yeah, you're right.
Absolutely. And for those of you watching, you know, a large portion of the funds that we have raised for the Funky Uncle to help our local musicians and gig workers have been through these beautiful Frenchie originals. So by bidding on that, you can help us keep bringing the music to you wherever you are, and keep us helping the local musicians and gig workers in our community. And the best part is you have a beautiful piece of art, and I swear, man, I've got a Frenchie right over my mantle, and every time I look at it, it just brings back the memories, and you can just feel the music dancing off that canvas, and that's something that I love about his artwork. And I think you'll love it too. So check out that one. You know, this tonight could be yours, or you know, some of the other ones that we have.
We got a special price going on right now, $2,022 for an original, which is
that's
you know,
a deal.
It's a heck of a deal. And
Quite a deal.
I just want to say, just it's been no higher honor for an artist to be able to give back to other artists the way we've been doing it. So.
We appreciate you for all you've done to help your fellow artists, my brother. And I'm telling you, it's come out great. We love you, and we love your art, my friend. So we're blessed to have you here. So in the meantime, check out this Frenchie original. Check out the others that are still available for you to bid on. And then let's give it on back to the band. Y'all know what to do. Wash your hands and stomp your feet.
Surely is, y'all. This number goes out to Frenchie, y'all. Frenchie got footwork, y'all. I seen him in. Bernadette Martine Mignon, Palabame, Shannon, no, tant tu l'es, toi tu allais, oh tu l'enouèches. Zadiko, oh yeah. Bernadette Martine Mignon, Palabame, Shannon, no, tant tu l'es, toi tu allais, oh tu l'enouèches, Bernadette. Zadiko, oh yeah, yeah you right. Oh yeah, c'est tipi, oh yeah mon cœur fait mal, oh yeah me dit chanigresse, oh yeah mon cœur fait mal. Shannon, no, tatoué, toi tu allais, oh tu l'enouais à Bernadette, les haricots, oh yeah, ça fait chaud. Oh yeah, les haricots, yeah, you're right. wapita. Oh bye bye now wapita. Oh bye bye now wapita. Oh bye bye. Thank you so much, Funky Uncle, Howlin' Wolf, and all of y'all. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Frenchie. The whole. Sunpie in Louisiana, Sunspots. Matt Hampson on the lead guitar. Peter Carter on the bass. Leroy Etienne on the drums. Yours truly, Sunpie on the accordion and the harmonica. Bonsoir mes amis, bonsoir. Bonsoir mes amis, bonsoir.
And y'all, how about it for Bruce Sunpie Barnes and the Louisiana Sunspots, ladies and gentlemen? How about that? Blowing the roof off the Howlin' Wolf here. What a pleasure and honor to have y'all here on this this fine evening. Hot, muggy December evening here in New Orleans. Y'all sounded so great. And yeah, so Sunpie, you know, you're actually the second member of your family who's graced the stage of the Funky Uncle.
Is that right?
Yeah, your son Aurelian played with Chawa a while back. Yeah, so
yeah, I know they wow.
Right. We were actually talking. We could think of 3 or 4 you know, father and sons that have actually played the Funky Uncle. And Aurelian and Sunpie is one, and then Cranston Clements and Austin Clements is another one. And then, of course, we had David Baptiste and Russell Baptiste and Jamal Baptiste. David Baptiste has actually had, I believe, 2 or 3 of his.
So, I mean, you know.
Right. So it's a family affair, needless to say.
No doubt.
Needless to say.
It's all good.
So, yeah, Sunpie, what a great show tonight. I mean, I just love it how, you know, you invoke so many great sounds and kind of stir it all together in this this great musical pot that you cook in here. Yeah. And so, would you kind of talk about some of your influences and where you grew up and how, you know, the music you grew up playing and how that's affected you?
Well, I grew up out in a kind of what you would call a rural existence in, you know, in Arkansas before moving here. My family's all from North Louisiana, Southeast Arkansas. Oh. All of them, thousands of them, all along the river.
Okay.
And some in Mississippi too. But, you know, anywhere you stop along the Mississippi River, you're going to run into some of my people because that's where they at. That is definitely where they're at.
Don't like them too far from the riverbanks.
Not very far. I think, you know, yeah, they didn't move very far. I have a cousin who's up in Bastrop. She's Betty. She's the mayor of Bastrop right now for her second term, Bastrop, Louisiana. Betty Oliver. But yeah, lots of us. My family's from all these little small towns. My mama's from a little place just out on the edge of Arkansas City, Seven Devils Swamp. That's where she was born.
Seven Devils Swamp.
On a little island out on the Mississippi River, Oxbow Island, in the river. My grandmother is from Winter Quarters, Louisiana, which is now a state park. It's right across from Natchez. Mississippi. So all my folks are from there. And what we heard was at home was a lot of blues and things like that. And at the house, I had an uncle named Sunpie from Bastrop, Louisiana, who played piano. Okay. And that's really where the name comes from. It's a family name. He was a half Blackfoot Indian, and his mama gave him that name. And my Aunt Fanny, she weighed about 398 pounds. Nice. She was a very robust auntie. And she dipped snuff. She was a great cook. So that's where that influence came from. And then, I made my way into the city, of course, and then it was everything, that you could shake a stick at because, I always heard from my family what was going on in New Orleans, the relatives that were here, hearing all those stories. I was like, well, since they had so many children, I just decided I'd move here and finish my, I went to finishing school here. I came here when I was, pretty young, very young adult in my early 20s, and decided to raise myself the rest of the way in the streets and out in the swamps. Yeah.
Gotcha. And what was the music like where you grew up, off those riverbanks and Bastrop and all those areas that you were just talking about?
A lot of blues, a lot of music in the church. Some country music also, so it was a good mixture of those things going on. That's really what it was. But if I categorized it and broke it down, it's like the rest of Louisiana. There was a whole lot of things going on that you wouldn't consider anything different because all you know is what you know. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Was that where you started honing your harmonica chops with blues players up around there?
Definitely. My father was a harmonica player, and he learned from his uncle Robert, who started playing harmonica in the 1860s. What? And so my grandfather was born in 1850, so when his oldest sons played harmonica. And so that's why I heard that, at the house, definitely. And, just people who lived in the community, piano players, and in the church, Sanctified Church and the Baptist Church, a lot of great music, that for calling the spirit, entertaining spirits, and jumping and shouting. Absolutely. Which, became the heartbeat of America in a way when it comes to rhythm and blues and a lot of other styles. And that music infiltrates, all the different forms that we can think of really in America. So
was indigenous tribal people, did that did you feel like that influenced the blues culture as well? At least
absolutely, yeah, because half of everybody I ever knew was half Cherokee, half Blackfoot, half, Chickasaw, Choctaw, everybody. Yeah, in fact, my folks used to live in a little place called Choctaw Reservation. So, he lived on the reservation.
You had family on the reservation.
Yeah, my dad lived on the reservation for a long time. His first wife came off the reservation. But, we had relatives like that out around. So, yeah, Native American music is, one of those things that gave that driving beat that you're hearing a lot, I think, and influences in blues and sort of the trance style of dance and rhythms that you get also.
Which is also what you hear with music from West Africa and Afro-Caribbean and
absolutely,
all that.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's people music,
People from the earth.
Yeah, the human archetype, for people who, lived in those places, I think just kind of cuts across the world.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of, the African American meets Native American cultures intertwining, Sunpie, you've been a member of the Northside Skull and Bones gang for many years.
Sure have. I've been a member of the Northside Skull and Bones gang for 21 years, and I've been the big chief of the gang for the last 11 years. So that's a culture that dove deep into back in 1999, and Al Morris, my old big chief Al, drugged me into that, tricked me into it, got me all tangled up and tied up and wrapped up in it, and then and the rest was up for me to decide. But I've been honored and enjoyed to still keep the gang going. And, hopefully we will be out on the street this year. We're going to do it some kind of way, but we do, that early morning wake-up call and some spirit work, go to the cemetery, call the family spirits and tell them to get on up and let's go do it again,
And for those watching at home who may have not had the distinct privilege of seeing the Skull and Bone gangs, it's in the tradition of black masking Indians, but it's its own sect unto itself, its own tradition. Y'all dress up in literally like skeleton costumes. You have huge, big old, is it paper mache that you make the head?
Newspaper, flour, and baling wire. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we're the cheapest, most effective thing on the street. Some paint, some newspaper, some long johns or sweats, baling wire, and we bring it, But the main thing is that we do is we embody and call these, our ancestral spirits, and that's, that's what makes it work. We bring social warnings to people about not participating and avoiding and stepping around all kinds of different violence and things like that will bring down our communities and neighborhoods and the youth that are coming up, as well as the elders that are trying to hold and maintain, the place in the world, keep things balanced out. Yeah.
I've heard legends about how if a kid in the community was acting up, he might wake up a Mardi Gras day with the Skull and Bones gang in his room scaring him straight.
In his bed.
In his bed.
Yes. Yeah, we do all that. We go in people's houses sometime. We don't call it. We just let the spirit carry the day.
Let the spirit take you.
Right. Yeah, I've been in lots of houses and people wake up. Half of it, I don't remember. Sometimes, you don't know exactly what happened myself. I'm masking, so I'm definitely in the spirit. So people show me pictures, and then, and I'll be like, what?
Yeah, something happens.
I did that? I don't know if I did that. Somebody, but the spirit takes it. So that's really, you have to prepare for that and be ready to, have that embody you and,
open yourself up to the spirit world when you put on that suit, right?
Yeah, we're all going to get it. As we say, you next. So it's, these traditions are thousands of years old.
Right.
And they cut across every culture. And everybody is in this club, want or don't want. So you might as well understand it, embrace it, and know what it is.
Absolutely.
And
because one thing that really jumped out to me when I started seeing Skull and Bones Gang was that I did see some parallels that it reminded me of some of the costumes I'd seen or pictures I'd seen from like from Mexico Day of the Dead ceremonies where they'd have similar kind of headpieces and all that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And like you're saying, it cuts across many cultures, and everyone kind of channels it in their own way, right?
Yeah, the stuff we're doing is coming straight out of West Africa, but in Mexico, they honor their ancestors as well.
They're indigenous peoples as well, right?
Everybody does it. You can go to France, they have a Macombre church that is all skulls and bones, nothing but skeleton and skulls in there. But people have always done that. If they're astute about who and what they come from, and they're not trying to fake themselves out, dodge it, put it on somebody else, then you can only embrace. If you want to know how and why you're acting the way you're acting tonight, and sometimes you get frustrated with yourself, look in the mirror. You're dealing with your ancestors. Right. And they can help you if you let them.
Yeah,
if you're not hard-headed, and you can let them do it, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that is what spirituality and even religion is based off of. It's based off of that. It comes from your family. So we all are family some kind of way anyway. So as soon as you get to that part and leave all of the other things that people want to try and mask and make up with, when we put the mask on, we really taking it off. We come out as skeletons to represent what carnival is, the shedding of the flesh, carnival.
Right.
So starts with that. It's going to end with that.
And speaking of elders, I wouldn't feel right if we can't talk about the Northside Skull and Bones Gang without giving a shout out to the great Mr. Ronald Lewis.
Ronald Lewis, the great one. Yeah, Ronald was our gatekeeper for many, many years, and he, joined the gang probably 2002, 3, somewhere like that. And but he was a wealth of knowledge. He was a whole 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 libraries himself of the cultural things that he had done, presented, and the House of Dancing Feathers is still around. So
check that out, everyone who's here. The House of Dancing Feathers.
House of Dancing Feathers. He was a great cat, and really, he's the only dude that came into the gang and told us what he was gonna do. It happened again, but because we don't usually let people know. People come in with that. Oh, I'm doing this, and I'm doing. You ain't doing nothing. You don't know what goes on actually. You think you know, but you don't know because you have masks. It's like know what Indians do.
Right.
I don't know what they do exactly. I have lots of friends Indians. I've sat and helped them sew their suit, but I don't come out with them on Mardi Gras morning. Yeah. I know what skeletons do, so you can't tell that lie really, But and there are some similarities. We come out the same neighborhoods and everything, but we represent that ancestral spirit and embracement of death and the cycle of life.
Absolutely. Now, one thing I want to bring up, Sunpie, which is, it's a sensitive topic, but these neighborhoods that where these traditions have come from have demographically changed a lot over the years. What used to be houses with generations of family is now an Airbnb with some, kid from wherever visiting. And how has that affected the masking and the culture of the black masking Indians and the Skull and Bones gang and all of that? How have y'all been dealing with that?
It's it is some spiritual, ancestral, and psychological hopscotch, some kind of way, So, the neighborhoods don't have the same people in them. Yeah, you're right. It used to be, 10 or 15 years ago when you came out masking Skull and Bone, people would meet you with food, with drinks. It would be we used to go by this house down on North Villa. It was 5 generations of women. They got the whole thing laid out. They're just waiting on you to come by.
Right.
And their neighbors around the corner, they running from you. They lock the doors. They pull all the shutters down. But that was, everybody knew it was going to happen, right?
Yeah.
But they, and so I do miss dearly, those folks that had been here all those generations and loved and embraced that kind of neighborhood culture. Yeah. And there are newer people now who don't know it. So I encourage them to really learn what New Orleans is and don't be, embrace New Orleans for what it is. Yeah. It's been here a long time. Right. Everyone comes and they bring all sorts of ideas they want. When I moved here as a young buckaroo kid, I have nothing, so all I could bring was me. I just came with open ears and wide eyes, so I took the opportunity to hang out with all these folks like Big Chief Al, like Fats Domino. I used to hang out with Earl King over at the Tasty Donuts on Washington, right there at Louisiana at the corner by that Tasty Donuts right there in Britannia Street. That was his office. I would go downtown.
That's where Earl held court.
Hang in. I used to call in sick to work every once in a while because Fats Domino would want to go to the hardware store. He would call up and he spoke Creole, which was cool. And he would say, "Hey, what you doing? What you doing in the morning?" I'd be like, "Well, I got to go to work at, like 6 o'clock. I work in the swamps on West Bank." But Fats is like, "We want to go to the hardware store?" And I'm like, "Yes, I do." Hang out with him all day. He cooking a giant pot of red beans and rice and hanging out at the house, go to the hardware store, tinkering around. Yeah. But I knew I would not get those opportunities again in life to be with people that I thought were like real superheroes. Like this dude's a walking, living legend.
The greatest ever.
I don't care how you shake it up or down, you couldn't beat him on the stage and he did it so effortlessly.
Yeah, it was just natural.
But he worked really hard also. If people ever saw how much he practiced and how hard he worked on his craft, they would understand. But when he hit a stage, this little dude wasn't but about 5'7.5". He could bump a full concert grand piano across the stage with his hip, turn around, bring it back to where it was without missing a beat. And it wasn't tricked up either. It didn't have, it was just like a new piano. Beat the hell out of it. Yeah. Whoop it, tame it. He was like my old man. My old man was a mule skinner. I grew up, my father was sharecropping, but he was a mule skinner. He trained mules. So I didn't know that. I didn't know who he was until I seen him take some wild Mustangs, and he rode 3 of them sight unseen in one day. What? And made him let him ride him. Yeah. I was like, yeah. I didn't even know who I was living with.
Like now I'm really going to go to bed on time.
I learned something there, but Fats was like that with a piano also, so having those opportunities to invaluable. I could not have dreamt it up better, and I was, about to go to school, which is, to study music, but I was a park ranger also, and, hanging out with them, I decided I was in my university at the Grease, at the Candlelight, down at Dorothy's Medallion with the girl dancing in the birdcage and the Colt 38 and Bertha's Bonton. And I would jump in the car on my off day and drive to Cecilia, or I would drive all the way out to Plaisance, go see Boisec Ardouin or somebody like that. Go all the way over to Lake Charles, outside Lake Charles, see Bouzou, big giant square circles, and come on back, make it home at like 6 o'clock, and go to work at 7 in the morning, and rope some alligators. Yeah, did a lot of that. But I was young, and that was what I was interested in.
And then those are stories you could never get nowadays. If you hadn't done that, you wouldn't have these stories to share with us.
My interest hasn't changed much either. It expanded, but it hasn't changed.
And you're still a park ranger, right?
No, I stepped out 6 years ago.
Okay,
I took early out, but I'm doing the same thing, bro. Get up in the morning, go out and with the gators and the birds and everything, and that's what I love to do.
Well, earlier I was talking about, your son Aurelian coming and playing here, and he was sounding great. And we've had what I love about New Orleans, and something that we've tried to do with the Funky Uncle, is have generations of players come in, young and old. And how do you feel as someone whose child is now old enough to be a gigging musician in this town? How do you feel about the scene right now, and where it's going with all these great young bands that are playing here? But still got a couple,
Yeah, we still got some future going on. I think a lot of them have learned the tradition of what it is to be a musician in New Orleans. That's rule number one. How do you learn how to survive that, do it correctly, and I mean survive it in all the ways that you need to, and navigate the terrain. Make some money, have a whole lot of fun, figure out how to stay healthy for sure. I've always been a big advocate of all of these things. And so, having had him and a bunch of other young boys in the program, and girls, just teaching about what traditional music was, and what a lifestyle in music, what the etiquette's supposed to be in New Orleans. I did that for a long time at the National Park Service, with a program I had called Music for All Ages. And, playing with brass bands, playing with people like Lionel Baptiste or Lionel Furbos. They were 9 years old playing with Lionel. He was 100 years old.
He was 100,
Teaching them how to play trumpet. So you can't buy that, sell it, or give it away, and it ain't going to happen again.
Yeah, that's for sure.
That I know of soon. I mean, those were some magical moments, and, seeing it come to fruition with him and a lot of cats like Leslie's son, Doyle Cooper. He was in that program. John Michael, Thaddeus, Ramsey, all those young guys that were in there. We had Sam Butero's granddaughter. She was playing drums in there. It was great.
Yeah. That's great. Well, Sunpie, thank you so much for coming in here, man. I mean, I could rap with you for another 2 hours, but I know my crew's they've been working all day. And I know you worked up a sweat on that stage. So
that's if you're not breaking a sweat in New Orleans and having some fun, then you ain't having no fun.
Yeah, you ain't doing it right. Well, thank you once again from all of us here at the Funky Uncle.
Thanks everyone for tuning in also, and thanks to the Funky Uncle, to everybody who made it possible. Right here to Howlin' Wolf as well. I say keep on doing it. New Orleans loves it, and it's what we need, not just as musicians, but really as New Orleanians. This is the daily bread, so to speak.
Yeah,
so
absolutely,
gotta have it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sunpie. Great to see you.
Baby.
Can't wait to see you next time. Once again, thanks to everyone who tuned in. Thanks to our crew. Thanks to our sponsors, Faubourg Private Wealth. Thanks to the Howlin' Wolf, and we'll see you back here next week. We've got more great music coming your way. So this is Soul Stew signing off. Y'all be good to each other out there. Who dat, baby?
Yeah, you're right. That was a good one, man.
All right. That was great, Sunpie. I appreciate it, man. Yeah. Feel good to